G'day, I'm Brian Allen with the Blue Wig. I've done a lot of great things and I'm maybe doing writing a lot of poems. Poems sort of explaining what my life to me was like. The first one is called Hey Little Spaz Boy. Now this is probably a interesting poem. Let's have a listen. Hey little spaz boy, you know you are having problems. You little spaz boy, you are as spastic as they come. Oh yeah, little spaz boy, please keep teasing a wanker. Please leave him alone, you see, this little spaz boy. A boy who is itchy from within. You see, it don't mean a thing when he can't do anything good. But the little spaz boy runs up and down, singing his song that's great. He started being spastic from the age of 8. But deep down, he is my mate. You are a spaz boy, man, for the rest of your life. You see, he tried to be a hooligan, to be left alone. But that never worked because he was just getting teased all day long. Hey, little spaz boy, please find it's fun to tease him. You little spaz boy just wants to muck around. And not to be an adult, you see. This little spaz boy is such a baz boy. He could be retarded as sin. The little spaz boy really needs to get in the shower because he's a bit smelly. And everybody thinks he is. But that little spaz boy loves life better than his bullies. See, bullying is bad in a lot of people's languages. But that poem to me replied that, there's nothing wrong with how you actually got called. What names they used to call you when you're a kid, you can still get on with your life. The next one is a poem that I wrote. I haven't actually put on my website yet, but I'll just read it to you. It's actually sort of, you see, the average man will cross his legs, and as he puts his legs up the foot in the air, will point at the lady sitting next to him, and that was a ploy to keep her with the family and after a while of doing that he had his foot pointing toward his best mate like a lady, and he got up and said, "Dude, you need help. It lowers your blood supply to cross your legs. And you must realise that I am not a lady, so don't point your blasted foot towards me." And say in the background, "Get fucked, mate," as he treats his mate like his wife, trying to keep him with him. He drives him crazy, so crazy in fact, it made him turn into a real man, and this mate of his was his pal Manskin. But his mate hated this. He said, "You are fucking gay." No, not that there is anything wrong with being gay, but I say I am straight. So if you don't talk music or girls with me, admit to being gay, because I am not your wife, and I am not with you. I come over to enjoy myself and nothing else. And I don't want you to put your leg on your leg with your hoof facing me in the face, pushing me with you. Stop it! Sometimes it's hard to read poems, but they're easy to write. Like I'm a writer, but I'm trying to be a reader at the moment, trying to learn how to actually get into the different styles and make people like it. Now, when I was young, I used to like to play around. Rather than just, while everyone else is getting on with their lives, I used to just like to play around. Now, this is a song. This is a poem dedicated to that. Play around, while all the families are getting on with their lives, you just play around. You see, mate, I don't tell lies. I am happy just to play around. The families are getting on with their lives, and I just play with them. Because I am the eldest, I do what I want, and that is just to play around. I drink with the dudes and dance with the chicks. Yeah, mate, I am so cool. I like my friends. They are nice to me, especially one friend who played with me. He played basketball and we went to the footy and we listened to music together, mainly heavy metal and chart-topping greats. We headbanged together. And when all the families went to bed, we stayed up all night teasing our mate. And we liked to play around. I am cool, kid, to my mates when we play around. And then we went to bed and we talked there all night. And play around. You see, we have fun teasing our mate when we play around. We eat fish and chips and dump tomato sauce on top. And then we play around. While the others are getting on with their lives, you just play around and then party all night. Listening to music, watching cool movies, talking about school and getting totally wasted. You talk to your friend while he is doing washing up and the vacuuming, and it was cool, as we talked about being cool all night, while our nerdy friend who we teased went to bed early. Play around, having fun teasing people as we play around. When you try and learn anything in the future, your brain is telling you, really, you used to play around all the time being cool. Now, I did play around, trying to sort of get on with my life, but it's hard to beat that voice, particularly when all you used to do is just play around with people. And it was actually quite a good moment for everyone. You see, when you've actually known you were a hooligan in your lives, let's have a drink. This is a story, this is a poem that I wrote. I only wrote last week. It's called I'm the Hooligan from Way Back. Let's have a listen. You see, I am a hooligan from way back. I got in the way of people. I fought people, slapped them hard on the back. It really wasn't me to do that, but I look at it as being the hooligan from way back. I used to drink lots of beer and chucking the empties on top of the Catholic school roof. And I had fun doing that, but I needed to be reformed. You see, I am the hooligan from way back. I was playing with the kids. Sometimes it was inappropriate, but it was easy to do. Some cried, some let me play with them, and it didn't worry me because I was the hooligan from way back. You see, I used to pretend I was visiting a mate in Emu Ridge, but instead I was watching the front door till somebody came out. I didn't know what I was doing. I was just the hooligan from way back. You hear people call me a cunt when I be an adult because with me, well, I was the hooligan from way back. I was a normal average teenager who had problems and I terrorised the streets of my city. You see, I was the hooligan from way back. You see, I was feeling threatened by my father and I say why, because I was the hooligan from way back. You see, I hated being teased. I hated the itchy feeling I got when the other kids teased me, but I was the hooligan from way back, and I must say I was the hooligan from way back, leaving the big angry man on his own. I mean, I love life. I love the planet. It's nice and comfortable. Yes, I am cool. I read and say I'm the cool kid, mate. But I'm the hooligan from way back, saying to everyone, time to party, to swing. Yeah. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Being a hooligan is fun for all. Feeling all scruffy and messy, not worrying about the clean-cut nerds who are the teasers of myself. The hooligan from way back, cool as cool can be. I squeezed my way through drain pipes, and it fucking well was a tight squeeze, but I did it. And some nerdy old family person toasted me with a beer. You see, I am the hooligan from way back. Nothing bothers me. Being the hooligan from way back makes me say, sex is evil, and so is family stuff. So I sit in my room saying, I'm the hooligan from way back, and I can't change my actions. I am the hooligan from way back. Yeah, I feel cool, calm, and collected. Yes, I don't know. When I was young, I didn't really pay much attention to family life. I must admit I'm doing more now because I'm trying to get my head clean so my next life can be fantastic. But being a hooligan from way back, used to sort of do a lot of bad things. And one thing I forgot to mention in that, I used to throw stubbies on the ground and crack all the glass on the pavement. Just imagine what that would happen if a kid walked up with, someone walked up with bare feet or even thumbs. Yeah, it would have been hard. Okay, this is another one. Now, lately I've been getting work help from a special trainer, personal trainer, and I've been trying to give up a lot of things. I'm trying to get my mind into focusing on food, and I'm trying to write a lot about food so I can get it out of my head. This is it. It's called "I Don't Need Beer to Have a Good Time." Well, it's actually the beer. It's actually the sort of soft drink in a way. I don't need a beer to have a good time. I don't need soft drink to give me a kick. I don't need chocolate to give me a sugar rush. No, mate, I don't. I need to do things that I want to do, like art and writing. Yes, I do. I need to be trusted to do anything that I wanted to do. I know I was a rebel as a child. It was hard to keep on the straight and narrow. When I caught my rebellism stopped, and I felt happy about that. Everybody in this world looks after themselves, making sure they are fit and healthy to boot, able to play football and cricket, and if they win, give them something to celebrate with. But you can celebrate without beer, and you don't need sugar in soft drink to celebrate also. Maybe just water with a lemon wedge or a green smoothie to improve the quality of their life. You can party without the juice. You can party without sugar. You will get diabetes if you don't watch out. That sounds great if you sort of party without sugar. And of course, sugar sort of, as you can see, sugar sort of can knock you around a bit and can make you feel tense and angry. And sometimes it's best to let your emotions out rather than trying to celebrate. And as you see, I just drink a bottle of water rather than a big Coke. I used to, in front of these videos, used to drink a bottle of Coke in my poetry readings. Okay, this next one, it's called the first line, but I've called it the first line. Come on now, it's party time. Have a listen to how my party moments were. I did do some of this, so don't you dare try to make me. Come on now, it is party time. Swing your hips and toe the line. Never get in the bloody way of Uncle Harry dancing away. You see, it is a great day to party, yeah? With bourbon and Coke, Victorian Bitter and Carlton too. Get really drunk and get laughed at, yeah? Play Skyhawks out loud and very strong. Play that music all day long, like Jukebox in Siberia and Horror Movie and many more from that great band. The ghosts and goblins will party too. Get on the dance floor and off to the toilet to spew. But the alcohol is too much to take. You see, you get really drunk, yeah, and you meet a girl. Your erection is very stiff and you feel like having real sex with her. But instead of that, you party all over the dance floor. Yeah. As you can get down and go, ooh, yeah, man, I'm cool, man. Okay, so that was a good one. That was a bit of a swinging kind of hit. I write these poems from the goodness of my heart sometimes and try to get the anger out of me and try to, get all the hooligan anger. There's nothing wrong with being... Well, I don't really like getting angry very much. Sometimes I get angry at people sometimes, but I don't want to get angry. I want to be nice and friendly. And this next poem is Wong Tong Mr. Chong. Now, I probably know a few Mr. Chongs, but this has nothing to do with people who I know. It's just a poem. Have a listen. Wong Tong Mr. Chong gets his thrill from smoking bongs, eating chips and sculling beer. Time to say, mate, oh bloody dear. Yes, Mr. Chong is a good man. He cares for everyone around. He likes his bongs for better than the people, because his bongs don't answer back. They just get breathed in by him like a piece of craft made by Diamond Jim, cheering for the Fonz as he whacks the jukebox really hard to get the music playing. And then he will take a sniff and then another till he can't sniff no more. You see Wong Tong, Mr. Chong, will die and then come back to life as a bong sniffer till the last bong has been sniffed, which will take a long time, a mighty long time. And Mr. Chong will say to his people to let his people go. You see, he will kidnap a person who doesn't get the meaning of what it is like to get his joy, mighty, mighty joy, from smoking bongs. And Mr. Chong sounds like a real drug sniffer. Don't do drugs. Anything like that. Don't do drugs. I'm just reading a poem. I'm not going to go out and smoke bongs. I'm not going to go out and smoke bongs because this is a poem. It's sort of explaining that I don't really want to be a father figure, but mind you, a lot of people do, but only on their own kids. They don't want to find someone on the street who they don't know to bring them in and all that. And this is the thing. Oh, buddy, I am not your daddy. Have a listen. Oh, buddy, I am not your daddy. I don't want to be like your dad, no. Because if I do, you will turn me into a girl. And besides, which I am not like your dad at all. Everybody says I'm not your daddy. No, mate, I'm not like him. I wish you would stop being my daddy. Every time we go out and play, oh, dude, I say I am not your daddy. Oh, dude, I say I wish I was. 'Cause you're a good mate to have every single day, mate. Don't forget to play along. Daddy, daddy, I love you, daddy. And I believe after death you will be in my heart, with your spirit over everyone I know. And that's about my dad, who died in 2014. And it's sad, but it's an interesting one because it shows you that I did love him, even though we had a lot of fights. And a lot of that not your daddy crap is because I actually used to argue with him a lot. I don't like to call the word fight. I think it's to say argue, and occasionally got a bit violent, but it's all right. This next one is a different kind of. It turns out I think I wrote this one at the start of the year in March. Let's have a listen. Everything is cool. They love playing around. You see kids enjoying themselves in Canberra City, showing how cool they are. The fireworks are ready to crack, snap and pop as well. But kids are showing their cool cheers as they say, see you in the new year. I know how to party watching YouTube and television too. I know how to cheer for the new year. That is easy to do. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then we scream out the words, Happy New Year! We feel happy doing that indeed. Whether you are a kid cheering in the street or in the city centre or watching every fireworks display online, party, 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 right to the absolute end. Till the fireworks are over, entertainment is over, and remember, nobody will get a good night's rest that night. Happy New Year and ready to party. Well, that was written about March, but it was actually sort of done based about what opinions of the new year is. Everybody has a good time on New Year, no matter what culture they are. There's no religious meaning to it. It's just, celebrate at the end of the year. Now, one thing I do at the end of the year is actually watching. One thing I do at the end of the year is watch the TV. I used to do these shows where I pretend I was someone and I was talking to my puppets and all that. But apart from that, I actually like New Year. This is one about poems, about all the poems I write. I will write 100 poems. I will write 100 poems to make people feel at ease, like Clancy of the Overflow, Mulga Bill, and Buttons and Bows. These 100 poems will be the best I ever wrote. You see, Working Class Man and Blue Sky Mine and Waltzing Matilda and Buttons and Bows. I want to support my footy team and cheer very loud, saying, go Sydney, go Greenberg, go Barcelona, nothing better than buff buttons and bows. I want to be rich, you see, make a lot of cash. You will party with alcohol, and Bob Hope singing Buttons and Bows, making us happy with Buttons and Bows. I want to watch a TV show like a great soap opera, like Home and Away, Packed to the Rafters, 800 Words and Buttons and Bows, and Days of Our Lives, Neighbours and Young and the Restless, and Buttons and Bows, and the Bold and the Beautiful, Bold and the Beautiful, and Buttons and Bows. There's a lot of Buttons and Bows there. Was that because it's my favourite song in the old days? I don't think so. Well, that's all the time for this little performance. It will be, and I should say I'll see you all next week. Hopefully I'll be able to do another poem for you. Okay, bye.